Welcome. My name is Nils Arnold Lund, and today I would like to show you some of the benefits and opportunities of digitalization of the work in the board, the executive board, and primary advisors with our platform, Board Office. Why an online board platform? Because it's safe, it's easy, and reduces resources spent on the admin work related to the board work. Until now, most of the communication and documents between the board of directors and the executive board has taken place by ordinary emails, and thus all the board's documents are on the individual computer and email. And who hasn't heard of an email account that has been hacked or that someone by mistake have sent an email to the wrong person? Therefore, we have developed the board portal, Board Office, where all data and communication is stored in an encrypted and secured place. I would like to show you the portal and its functions and make it clear why you should use a board platform to manage the board work. You may get access to the portal on an ordinary browser where we have two-factor login or MidID, or you may download the app from either Google Play or App Store. When you have downloaded the app, you can change the access to a 4-digit code in the same way as Mobile Pay or similar apps. When you log into the portal, you will see your personal dashboard. Requirements for legitimation of the board of directors and executive board have increased significantly in recent years. Thus, companies and organizations often must hand over credentials to either a bank in order to have a bank account, or authorities have to use credentials on the executives in other contexts. As this is very sensitive personal information, this information should also be handled securely. We made this possible as under the menu item on the top line is legitimation, where I, as a user, can upload my personal identification, such as my passport, driver's license, and social security card. Once I have uploaded this ID, it is possible to send a copy of my ID to the boards of which I am a member via Expert. This menu item and its contents cannot be viewed by anyone but you. I'll show later how it looks like when the information has been transferred to a specific board. The advantage of doing it this way is that it's possible to provide access, for example, a bank or account manager, an accountant or lawyer who can access the individual board and thus retrieve all the identification information that the bank or the accountant or the lawyer needs. In this way, you eliminate the many shortcomings that have been in the previous manual handling, where the information most often has been copied, sent in an unsafe mail to the administration, which then have been sitting with sensitive information on maybe 7 or 8 managers or board members. And no administrations today wants to be in possession of this information, an example due to GDPR. If we go on, here on the left, you have an overview of all the boards you are part of and which use the Board Office portal. On the right, you have an overview of all the notifications and messages about what is new in which board. It's easy to find documents and information about a specific board in case you are a member of several boards. You simply click on the board you want access to. I now select a board so I can show you the structure we have on the portal. We have developed a folder structure that is fully flexible. When creating the board on the portal, you can choose between a predefined folder structure or you can create your own. Whatever you choose, you can always customize the folder structure to your needs. Furthermore, it's possible to give folder permissions and edit who should be able to access and view the content of a specific folder. When documents have been uploaded during the day, at 9 o'clock in the evening, there will be sent an email notification with an overview and a link to all the documents that have been uploaded. I click on the link in the email notification, after which I get access directly to the specific document when I have logged in. When uploading documents, it is possible to make a GDPR mark if the document contains personally sensitive information. This is a great advantage, as every 6 months you receive a notification email where you are asked to decide whether the document should be deleted or preserved. We even have boards that create a special folder for handling GDPR, as the deletion policy is a major challenge for many companies and organizations. One of the big tasks regarding the work of the board is to arrange and schedule board meetings. I have often experienced to write lots of email back and forth to find a date where everyone could participate. We made this much easier as we have developed a function where you can plan future board meetings via calendar. Here you can suggest possible dates or a specific date for a board meeting. Once you have created an invitation to the board meeting with possible dates, an email notification will be sent to all the board members with a link so they can go directly to the invitation and confirm which date suits them best. In this way, as board chairperson or administrator of the invitation, you can easily get an overview of who can participate and who may not be able to participate. And when you found a date where everyone can participate, you just tick off the date and then an email is automatically sent to all board members with a calendar reservation for the board meeting. By doing it so, it's much easier to get an overview of the board activities for the coming period. It is, of course, possible to set up several meetings at a time. For example, at the end of the year, where you would like to convene several or all meetings for the coming year. Once the date for the meeting has been determined, you may start creating an online agenda in the board portal. You can build up your agenda consisting of the topics that you normally address in your board meetings. When you have created an agenda once, you can reuse the template from this meeting for the next meeting. So in the course of a year, I have templates for all themes and topics that are usually dealt with by the board during a fiscal year. The administrator can thus prepare the meetings with the agenda and attach files to each item in the agenda successively. No other board members can see this until the administrator activates the agenda. As soon as you have finished with the agenda, you can activate this, whereby it will be possible to send a link to each individual board member, and at the same time you will be asked in which folder under Documents that you want to save a copy of this compressed agenda with all the attachments. There is often a need to communicate in the board between meetings. We have therefore made it possible to send messages to the entire board or selected persons, and it is also possible to attach files to the messages. I often use messages on topics where I need the opinion of my board colleagues or assessments of various topics. As soon as I have created a message, the board members receive an email notification with a link to the message. If comments are given, a new email notification will be generated where everyone will be informed that comments have been given and that you can log in and see the comments. And thus, there will be a long communication string where I previously had to look into various emails, as some people may have answered everyone and others only me. So, I have reduced my work with this functionality and thus also removed the need to send emails to unsecured email accounts. And finally, all answers and information are gathered and kept in Board Office. It's also possible to send secure emails to the entire board or selected individuals. Files can also be attached here, both by the person who creates the original message or the people who replies. Here too, you'll receive an email notification telling a new email has arrived. With these functions, the board has all communication gathered in one place and also ensures that the board always has documentation on the communication that is being exchanged among the members. By this, you avoid a situation where documentation of communication or decision has disappeared because private email clients or other messaging features have been used. Another big task that takes up the board work is when either a board member leaves or a new board member enters. Once I entered the board, I got 3 ring binders handed over, and then I just had to read page by page. We have with our portal made it easy to leave and enter a board. It's easy to manage members and assign different rights and roles as needed. It is easy to remove the person who no longer shall have access to the board, and it is just as easy to invite a new board member. To invite a new board member, you only have to choose the level of rights that you want to assign to the new board member and enter the person's email and name. In a few seconds, a new board member has been created, and the person will immediately receive an email notification stating that you have been invited as a member of the board of X company. As soon as the member has accepted the invitation, they have access to the documents and information that already is available on the portal. This is also where you can give access to external persons and give them access to a single folder that match the needs the individual person must comply with. For example, the company's advisors, such as a bank, lawyer, or accountant, who must have access to the information in a single folder, but who must not be able to see any other documents or information. It is also here that you can give, for example, a bank advisor or compliance department in a bank access to go in and retrieve the ID information from the management or board members. Or they can retrieve the compliance documents, which the company must also hand into the bank. If the company uses several banks, it will be possible to grant this right to several banks, including foreign ones. An important task in the board's work is furthermore to sign various documents. And just signing one document can be a troublesome task, especially if not all the board members are present at a meeting. That is why we have developed a feature on our portal where you can sign documents with your MitID, and by signing with MitID, you have legal effect immediately. Digital signature is a great advantage if important documents need to be signed quickly and the board members are geographically dispersed. Once a document is set up to digital signature, an email notification will be sent to the members who are to sign the document with a direct link to the document to be signed. The person who has created the document for digital signature will be able to see the status on the signatures, who has signed and who has not. And as soon the last person has signed the document, the administrator will be notified that the document is now available with MitID signatures. Through the board portal Board Office, you may also get an IoD or board liability insurance. We offer this insurance in cooperation with Codan. This insurance covers the board's decisions. You get a collective insurance with an insurance of 5 million Danish kroner, and the insurance also covers legal costs up to 7.5 million kroner. For your information, you can find several user guides videos at the bottom of your personal dashboard, which explains and demonstrates the portal's many functions and helps you to achieve the benefits from saving time and reduce resources spent. In addition to these features, there are several others, namely recruitment. If your board needs new members, you can search for new board candidates through the Board Office portal, or you can post a vacant board position in our board database where we have more than 8,000 potential board candidates. Through the portal, you may also get access to a lot of inspiration for your board work in the form of compendiums, templates, questionnaires, books, and videos. You may use this in your board work, and thus you can develop and professionalize your board work. Finally, it's also possible to access assessment, where it's possible to evaluate the work of the board of directors, the work of the executive board, and have personal profiles. I want to thank you for your attention and thank you for watching. We are really happy to give a demo where we can focus on your specific needs and wishes. And finally, I just have to emphasize that all data is stored in Denmark. We have English hotline and English chat. Thank you.